Today, I would like to welcome Deidré Valentine, Wealth Manager of Woodland Wealth. Welcome, Deidré, and thank you so much for your time.
Hi, Madeleine. Thanks for having me. It's good to chat to you.
Deidré, I'd like to start off by asking you to elaborate a bit more on your background experience.
Okay, so I'm originally from the Western Cape. I grew up in a small town called Heidelberg. Not a lot of people know where that is, but I grew up there. I went to school there. My parents still live there, so I go down there quite often. And after school, I came to the University of Stellenbosch, where I started my degree in actuarial science and then did my postgraduate degree in financial risk management. I then proceeded to work at a stockbroking firm where we did analyst type reports for stocks, where we covered some of the food producers and retailers in South Africa and did some forecasting for some of the big portfolio managers in South Africa, where they used some of our research when they bought stocks or sold stocks in their portfolios. And after that, I went to work at a discretionary fund manager called a DFM in the advisor space, where we did a bit more model portfolios and where I worked directly with advisors in running their model portfolios. And I've always wanted to be an advisor, or let's say a wealth manager, for the fact that I'd like to work with people. I'd always want to work with people, but I always thought of the advisory space as a bit of a smooth space, if I can use Afrikaans word for that. I didn't want to phone people and ask them if I can chat to them about their finances. I'm just not that type of person. But, you know, luckily I came across Woodland's path, and I've been here for 3 years now, almost 3.5 years, working as a wealth manager. So I definitely love what I'm doing. I think they do stuff differently. We approach people differently. We never have to phone someone. It's always, you know, client references. So it suits me quite well. But yes, that's a bit about my background.
Great, that's very interesting. Thank you so much for sharing. Now, would you mind elaborating on your current areas of expertise and specialization, and how do they contribute to the business?
Yes, I think obviously my investment background and the analytics background, or, you know, analyzing stocks, portfolios, I definitely say, if I had to say, my area of expertise would be analyzing portfolios, and especially when it comes to investments overall. I'm quite confident to speak about investments, to look at investments, see where there could be some improvements to do, analyzing, you know, to analyze some people portfolios. So yes, I'd say that would be my area of expertise. And then obviously there would be other stuff that I'm working on as I'm, you know, gaining more experience here, such as tax and estate planning and all of that. That's definitely not something we look at. We used to look at in the investment industry. It's obviously pure investment. So the other parts of investment planning or wealth management, that includes obviously the whole spectrum of tax and estates and you know, the whole planning setup, that would be something that I'm still gaining a bit more experience on.
Great, thank you so much. And what would you say is your primary goal that you would like to achieve ultimately at the end of the day when you're working with clients?
I think I'd like people to be comfortable around me. I'd like them to trust me that I'll do my best when doing their financial planning, and that I'll always be honest and transparent. So I want someone to be, you know, or to never doubt what my intentions are. I'd like to be thought of as an honest and transparent person. So when I tell you I think this is really what we should do, it's not because it's coming from a place of I'd like to help myself in the background. It's because I really think, you know, this is what's best for you. So, but besides that, I think people can be a bit scared to come chat to us, just because it's sometimes you don't want to chat about everything, or something's bothering you, or you feel a bit guilty to come talk to us. And I always tell them, you know what, guys, it's not about the numbers, it's about whether we can make the numbers work. So I'd like to be someone, you know, that my clients can trust, but also can be fully transparent with and tell me everything and don't have to be scared to come talk to me. Yes.
Okay, that's great. And I think, yeah, it gives us a better understanding as to, you know, what your role and your involvement is when it comes to clients. And then lastly, I'd like to ask, who is Deidre when she's not working? Who's the person beyond the business?
We had a conversation about this the other day in the office where we'd had to share something about ourselves that other people might not know. And, you know, I'm not an extrovert, but I'm not an introvert. So I'm sort of an extroverted introvert. But I'm definitely someone who's a bit more, you know, humoristic and funny. And, you know, I can seem a bit professional, closed off when I initially meet people. But, you know, when I'm not working, I'm just a fun person I love family. I spend a lot of time with family and close friends. I don't necessarily have a lot of them, but the ones that I do have, I have a really good connection with. So a lot of time with family, a lot of time drinking wine and having a good braai. And then I'm also keen on a bit of sports. So I keep myself busy with that after hours as well. And yeah, that's me when I'm not working.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing the insightful information, Deidre. For those of you who would like to find out more and connect with Deidre, you are welcome to visit the Woodland Wealth website. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Madeleine. Have a good day.
Thanks. Same to you. Bye-bye.